Alright, so today is fourth Sunday, 16, and welcome to soloQue podcast where I carry myself, I don't know, conversation. Reminder, this is not a competitive kind of podcast. This is just me talking about stuff, and I am alone. Why am I alone? Because I am. Yes, it always seems like it's forever in between these, but it's really just been like 2 weeks. Yes, so I don't know if last podcast I had this new setup where I'm using the audio gate for the noise gates to make sure that I don't have a fan in the background. You probably can hear the fan right now. Anyways, let's see. Let me start off. What was I been playing in the past couple of weeks? So yesterday on stream I played Shantae, Whiskey's Revenge, which I believe is the second in the franchise after looking it up a little into some information on the series. So, that is the second one. I can't remember what the first one was. Genie or something. And the Kickstarter was for half Genie U. The most recent one, so that one was not. But that was something called the Director's Cut, which was different. Well, not different, but like an added version. Anyways, it plays like a platformer. How you say it? Hair whip. I played for 3. I found it really fun. Also makes me realize that a lot of games, just if a game is platforming and moving around, like freeform, it seems like anybody and their mother can just say, "Oh, this is like Metroidvania." And I'm thinking, the map reminds me of that. The gameplay, not at all. Not at all. It's not even a part of my little thing. When I'm doing it. Another thing I can talk about, I think I've mentioned this last one. So, what I've got going on is I am playing a series of games that are Metroid, Castlevania, and not either. But they all have, well, most of them have something in common. One, they are all technically considered underneath this definition called Metroidvania. I'm playing them all, not to completion just yet. I probably will play them to completion at one stream because they're fun. Sorry, just got my breath there. Anyways, they are fun, so I probably will play them on to completion. But right now it's just, 4 hours, 3 hours, 2.5 to 4 hours to get a good feel for the game. And I don't think I have a fully exclusive feel. I am starting to see a lot of specifics. I need to start playing more, other titles within that in order to get the specific really down. Like first Metroid, the first Castlevania, combine that with Symphony of the Night. By the way, I now own Symphony of the Night, and the awesome thing is I can stream it no issue, having to rip the ISO off. I can do it great for my guest. Awesome. Anyways, the main thing is, so far I figured Metroid has a lot of vertical climbing, a lot of destruction of blocks with items. Your main goal isn't necessarily to rid the place of enemies. It's to traverse the area, to traverse the space. I would consider it more of an adventure platform, just because it has weapons and stuff. It doesn't make me consider it action, even though it has boss fights. No. Castlevania ones, Aria of Sorrow, and I did play a little just to see if it worked. Those games don't have as much involved platform, more about challenges, fighting monsters, enemies, whatever you want to call them, with your ability set, right? That's the main difference, I would say. It's not as much about platforming. Me, also, I'm looking at it. I really think that the term, well, one Metroid, as how liberally it ends up being used, or more strict, that I wish people would be more strict. And I wish that have a definite definition, actual definition. There is a definition, but it's not so defined. It's so umbrella that if it's not a linear platformer, because non-linear platformers tend to have their level up or collectible. So the whole reason for non-linear. I don't know. I just look at it because I noticed one thing about the first Aria of Sorrow and the Night. Holy crap! Within those 3 hours, I fought more bosses, more legitimate, like full-on bosses, than Zero Mission. So many more. Then, and I thought, like, Zero Mission, I think, within the 4-hour time span, I know I fought Crave, I know I fought like an Acid Worm, there's a optional thing, I don't know, like King Worm, and the gigantic moth thing. Right? And these took a while to get to. I'm trying to remember about Aria of Sorrow. I know there's a gigantic skeleton, a manticore, a gigantic iron golem. Others fight. Also, just kind of going back to Shantae real quick after this. Yeah, they get you into the boss fights kind of quickly. Like, not even within the first hour, like within 15, 25 minutes. Boom, boss fight. Holy shit. So yeah, it's all about the fighting. Shantae, again, I wasn't doing it a part of this, but I'm looking at it, and I think this is a good example of something I would not consider Metroid. Well, I don't consider Metroidvania because that term could be applied strictly to have the more esque, but I still rather call them Egavania. Anyways, I would not consider this game in that genre period. It has a lot of vertical climbing, but it has like chains, it has like this. It has transformations, but just saying, well, it has a transformation, so it's like Metroid, that's relatively. I know it has inspirations from Metroid because, guys, you know, like, good mellow dance. And you can buy magic, you have to items buy certain things from the shop, which is we're able to get to not 2 boss fights, 1 big boss fight in the first couple hours. Also, it has a completely different feel. Like, it does have the whip, so you have like combat stuff and stuff. Yeah, it kind of feels like that, but that's about it. Not really what I would consider that. Unless if they decide to say it is a Metroidvania, I just don't consider it that. Look at it. It doesn't feel. I talked more about this. Like, yeah, I like the character, but he has a button where you can dance, but there's a reason for it. Like, it's going through the thing, like transformation dances. That one turn to a. Yeah, that was fun. I do plan on playing that game more. Plan on playing. Well, I do plan on playing Symphony of the Night. I need to start getting into the other games too. I was waiting for either after finals or relatively finals to actually start digging deeper into it. And then after that, I'm going to have to play those again. That secondary file, because I need to capture footage. I want to capture the footage Sorry, ooh, directly. Not like, oh, just do what I got off stream. I don't know if that's like stream. I can kind of set it up, but it's also not really. I wouldn't consider it the best for recording. If I'm going to record something, I would rather use something. Bandicam, which is something I have bought a while, or I've had it for a while to actually, film it, and I can do it in whatever aspect that works. Instead of kind of trying to do it in another, whatever you call it. Yeah, just stream. Let's see. But technically, that went over the games. The other games I played, I did complete Guacamelee. I already talked about Guacamelee. Talked about Mario Sorrow. That was a fun game. I like the concept of goals. You do. Your main character, some cruise. The only thing I don't really care for is the RPG-esque element, because it tends to be cool, and I kind of like how they got the weapon system. Not a weapon system, just you. But also, one thing I know is Castlevania games, those ones, you do a lot more menu search. A lot more. Metroid, you don't. There's no like menu. Most you reference now. Key difference. You know how the game. But they do have different weapons with either different attack speeds, different attack ways they attack. Like some attack out straightforward, but then fight fast, but have a short distance. Some have a vertical or a horizontal or vertical swipe. Some are fists. But anyways, they're still all tied to general, like, here are your stats. Got to put the timer on. Oh, no. Oh, it's like 5. I like that. It's just, you can find some weapons, and I found some weapons like, well, technically you can find a weapon to be like equipping a crappier weapon. So, as I said, just kind of weapons with worse attack stats, but different like attack speed. One looks like he actually breaks his arm, but I like that part. It's just it's all about stats sometimes. Also, some of the souls you get are like get +8 attack, get +8 strength, get +12 strength. I'm thinking these become pointless. Although the headhunter one is, I want to say borderline broke. Because all you have to do is just like consume, like for every I think 30 some soul something, you get +1 or +1 to all of your stats. Like holy shit, amazing. Well, that's fun. I haven't really played much else. Last week was Hell Week for school. I had to finish homework assignment. I was able to do a lot of timing diagrams based around. That didn't come out right. I did it on MS Paint, but they're timing diagrams for like components. I kind of understood them. Got the assignment back, and apparently a lot of the things I thought I did get right got like go wrong. I'm like, oh, that's not good. But that's over. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to do that away from the mic. The only thing left is I finished a math assignment, did a chess game, which Forgot we didn't really account for it being usable on Linux. How to do that? There, apparently, there's a way to do that. All about how you make files, which is a folder. Yeah. That got sorted out. Then I have a assignment in Prolog. Prolog's just a system different from the standard what you normal ordinary called imperative or declarative programming, where you create a actual flow for system data, all that stuff, blah blah blah. In Prolog, it's non-declarative, which means you give it a set of rules to abide by, and it creates the flow for you. Technically, a little slower because it does the thinking for it, but at the same time, you don't have to make loops or any of that stuff. It's a lot more. It's difficult to get around. I'm just barely under. Oh, okay. But I got one more of that, and that'll conclude that. Next week are all my finals. I got one at 7 p.m., which I have to be able to sleep pretty early and get up. But I should only have like days of finals because most of my finals will be not one. Let's see, on Thursday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Those should be, and I should have all three because I had 5 classes, but one not gonna have anything. The other one, of course. So that'll be done. And with this, I can also set up a legitimate stream schedule. One thing I kind of want to do is want to have a general idea of what I would be streaming. Have at least a day where I play stuff like Hearthstone. Competitive in a sense, but not really competitive. Or maybe competitive. Depends upon what I feel. If I really want to climb, I can do that. If I want to play Arena, I can do that. If I want to play any games like Overwatch, I want to have a day for that. I want to have something where I play other games. Find a long running game that I'm going to play for several days. And play those in not the bulk, but days or something. Then have the usual okay, my days off where there's one where I just don't at all because I want to get stuff not streaming. Then have the Saturday where it's a day off where I can do what I want. So it has no format, and then Sundays be either a standard format or another random format or just podcast every week. I don't know. It's something I need to think about, but I have gotten a relatively good idea of a schedule I'm abiding by. And I have abided by it. Now, today, the podcast was technically a little bit later than I wanted to do. I passed out by food, I guess. Ooh. Let's see. Get some things to about so that new expansion for Hearthstone, Main Streets of Gadgeton. I decided, I'm not gonna do an entire card review of it. I want to give a 2 cents of something that I would never properly evaluate. It launched. I opened packs. I did it off stream because I'm thinking, it's great. I'm not gonna do it. But I did it, and I found it was fun. Unfortunately, Warrior didn't. I like the weapon that they have and stuff, but the main problem is Warrior does not have a spread out the AoE every event. Or spread out, okay, so three factions, Grammy Goose, Jade Lotus, and Cabal. Grammy Goons have the ability to try class stuff where classes get one they have the ability to play cards and anything from like Death Rattle, Battle Cries, just that allow randomly buff cards in your hand. So when you play them, they're stronger. It's about the idea of playing weak turns earlier than playing out stronger turns later, having like these huge bodies. It's more minion based. Like, God, they didn't add any removal into the Paladin deck. I just had to add quality Consecrate. Actually, they had equality, but I need to add Consecrate. Why? Because consistency. They also had Doomsayers, which I'll be honest, it seems kind of like you don't want to run Doomsayers, at least in the Warrior version. The problem with the Warrior is it doesn't have the buff everything in your hand cards at all. It has I love the Knuckles that it has, because it's a amount of weapon, pretty weak stat lines, but every time you hit something, every time you use it, give +1. But it doesn't have every time you do. If it has a Death Rattle, get +2. That'd be awesome. Because honestly, I don't think it would be busted even with that, because it's when it's random, it's a very weak weapon. But since other cards, especially like the Paladin's cards, some of them do give buff to everything, they have a stronger version of the deck. And it kind of sucks because I like Warrior. Also, I had to add 2 Brawls because fuck people who decide to just play. I'm going to play a million minions. Terrible minions too bad. And you have to be able to deal with that, and I just can't. It sucks. It really, really sucks. I didn't play with Hunter. Oh, the next one is Jade Locust. Yeah, Jade Lotus. Their thing is they play cards that summon Jade Golems. Jade Golem is I'd say it's kind of an interesting mechanic because it's either Battle Cry or anything. So it's a consistent minion type. That every time you play one card that does it, that summons it, it summons a 1/1 and then a 2, and it ramps up. As soon as people saw like Druid, they were like, okay, broken. And broken in the sense that they have one card called the Jade Idol, which allows you to either play out a Golem or shuffle 3, which, I don't know, people kind of say this as it's a card that counters control, but that's not how control works. Control, okay, so I think there's one big misconception is that control wants to go to fatigue. Control doesn't care about going to fatigue. They consider fatigue. Sometimes they just go to the point where they're just out of cards, right? But they only go to fatigue because they have one tool that allows them to, and that is just a guard True Heart. And maybe some other armor building cards. It also makes me think, people also say that Priest needs the ability to overheal. It doesn't need overhealing. An additional plus 30 health is not a part of the control style. It's just a thing that happens, right? It's not needed. It's not required. You just need the ability to clear the board. And then clear the board again. And then clear the board again. And then play Ragnaros. And then play Alexstrasza Crown Hellscream. That's the whole thing. They have finishers. Druid has this one main problem that we never really had true finishers, aside from Force of Nature Savage Roar, which you still technically play, especially for 1 mana less, except the trees don't have charge anymore. But I do think the card has some worth in actual Jade Golem deck. They have it's a ramp card, but it's ramped on 3 mana. I'm pretty sure it doesn't give excess mana, which is kinda. That's the reason why you probably only want to run one of them and run 2 Wild Growth, or at least because as soon as you draw those, honestly, you're in 5, 6, 7, and 9. Ramping, no point. There is 0 point. Honestly, unless you have a combo turn that will kill somebody. And you have combo turns, have any chargers anymore. There's no real reason to ramp on any turn besides like 1, 2, or even 4 it's weak. Right? 4 it's really but yeah, that's the one thing that people kind of thought about with Druid. As I said, in a deck like that, if it gets going, it can get going really. But it's not an end game. People say Gadgeton Auctioneers, the cards as well, right? We can get a whole lot of draw, but the problem is you're kind of talking about putting a lot of draw with the arcane golems, not arcane, yeah, arcane giants and stuff. The biggest problem with those is that they put a lot of draw in the put X amount of draw in there, X amount of that, and this. Well, you can say, well, we have a huge board of golems, and they get killed. That's the whole thing. Every deck that I've ever played against that, like the first one I played was a paladin deck, and the reason why I put in consecrations is because I need to kill golem. That's the whole point. It has 2 pyromancers, it has 2 equalities, it has 2 consecrates that as soon as I have both those in my hand, I'm like, boom, 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 and I just killed him, and I won that game. Because he's all about drawing, and it's true. A card like, what do you call it? Sorry, phone. Anyways, I've been thinking about that, and it's like, okay, so it's good in the sense that you will never overdraw. You know, you can technically put, but it's not a card you can just put in standalone. You have to have some of the cards, and it doesn't really start ramping out of control. So it's not that good to put them back in your deck early because you don't want to draw those that early, right? It's good to probably it's apparently the rogue version couldn't get as many. Is better. 2 damage on a 2 mana card with combo draw golem, you know, on a golem isn't as bad. Because if you think about it, you just have to hero power once and you get 2 of the weapon. So apparently it's, in some cases, better to have the rogue version. Then again, I don't know, I haven't played with the rogue version. I want to. That way. Spending a lot of time on that. Let's get to the one I love the most. That is I would prefer just to call them the singleton decks, right? After this thing called a singleton variable, which is a singular variable program. Usually it's not good because you just have a singular variable that's never like referenced. Not a good variable. But this is a deck where it's about deck building. And you have multiple cards, except for I don't have all of them, that allow you, if you have only 1 copy of the deck at the time, meaning you technically run the all the time, you, as a player, can use this to do a cool effect. There is one that allows you to next spell cast this cost nothing. I don't have that legendary, I just put in the Pyroblast. Because, honestly, it's not good, but if you're ever in the situation where, yeah, probably better to have something Pyroblast. But I've had situations where I'm like, I can just get him down to 10 and just kill him. You know, it's a finisher. But anyways, I play it. Kazakus is an amazing card. Every time I played him, I've just been so happy. I remember discovering him off of one of the tri-class cards. It's like, oh, I love that. That is awesome because I got to just play it, and it was like, got 2 of those cards. Custom spells are the best. I like the idea behind Reno. You can technically squander Reno if you don't use them well. You can get too high because you just help. But I like that idea. It's a deck building challenge. And what Mage has, it kills a lot. Some of it kills its own stuff, like the a fire kind of potion thing, which is like a 3-mana concentrate that kills everything on the board. But it's pretty cool. I do like how it works. Kazakus again. It's just so many random effects. You can play him on turn 9 with his 4 mana, and then get a 5 mana card and still technically affect the board. target something, or you can AoE, or you can. I think there's some for healing, and there's some for gaining armor, and yada yada. He's not like Reno, but he's definitely a oh my god, I get an awesome spell. And I don't want to say I have 100%, but I have a pretty good win rate with the guy, right? Pretty good. I think the only thing I've lost to is Priest. Because Priest has going on to a short tangent. There are several cards, and I actually want to make a video about this, that I am just happy to see go. One is Emperor Thorazan. It's not an abusive card at all. I just think, yeah, I think the discounts weren't really as worth it. Like, some people put it as an auto-include. I'm thinking, okay, there's some decks, like combo decks, auto-include, because you need as much mana as you can. 10 mana, bada boom, bada beat, wham bam, body slam, right? That kind of stuff. However, not all decks need it. Like in some control decks, yeah, sometimes you take something down, but all you did was play it, right? Sometimes control decks just don't need to weave in a whole lot of multiple cards on the same turn, or if they do, they don't always play for a full curve, especially later in the game. Which is the reason why you can play Control Warrior with a 2 mana execute, and you're like, okay, I mean, that's a thing. Doesn't matter. But it does start opening up the idea of the 1 mana combo cards to 0 mana. And I'm thinking, yeah, we just need some cards, some decks, especially the Rogue, not Rogue, Freeze Mage stuff. Just, I think it needs just to be able to use the mana that it has, right? That's fine. I just don't think that we need that card around. That kind of card. Just a card. True Heart. Again, I don't think we need the 60 plus 30 health warrior anymore. It's not like it's become default warrior. It doesn't really need to, right? It's not a bad deck. It's not a bad deck. It's not that abusive. It's just every single deck is now, let's see how much armor I can build. I don't give a damn how much armor you can build. That used to be a novelty. Like, oh my god, I got like 20 armor. I got like twice my health, half of it in armor. It was like a novelty. Now it's like just every day, every common, and now you also play Elite Star Seeker, and I'm thinking, that's boring. That stuff is boring. Okay? I don't mind it being in the game. I'm just saying, it's time to go. It is time to leave. Also, combo decks where Bram. If anything, I wish Bram Bronzebeard would stay, because I love his effect. Reno, unfortunately, I love his effect too. I wish he would stay. Entomb needs to go because Entomb is so much anti-control that it's so hard to deal with. Because it's not just the fact that, okay, they play Entomb because it's really good to have one more card. First off, as soon as the cards don't go as far into fatigue, because sometimes they will, but it won't be as common. If anything, they don't really go as far into fatigue. But this thing makes it so that as soon as they start fatiguing, they just do this one card, and now they have an additional card that they didn't put in their deck. That's your deck. If anything, it's a really good card. It's like, well, I'm fucked. They got a certain amount of good stuff. Most of it aimed at Dragon Priest. And you know what? I want Priest to be strong. Entomb just gotta go. It's one of those cards that does. I don't know. Maybe it's because Entomb was. It's like Entomb's not a really superb card. Entomb's not good because Recycle's not good, and I'm thinking, oh my god, dude, Entomb's not Recycle. Putting it back into your opponent's deck is not the same. Main difference between those two. One, you put it back into his deck so it will temporarily, not really remove, like a more expensive sap. Anything, 6 mana. It could be like 4. Even then, Recycle won't be that good. Put back into it. It might be better. Card that might actually want to run. Mulch. I like Mulch. It can mess you up. Too bad it doesn't like give cards that are lost. Anyway. Doom removes it by putting it into your deck, and now you can. A lot of boo. It's not overpowered. It's not broken. It's just holy cow. It does make games. Listen, I expected going against Priest with any kind of like Reno-esque or Singleton deck to be like, ooh, this is gonna be a fight. This is gonna be a fight. It just does that solid. And I want that from Priest. I want them to be. Then again, I think Priest has this weird issue where that they are like the most oppressive deck. But man, they need to be good. I believe I should do some more. That's most of what I want to talk about. I want to create some little Glowering Baron. Play him along with some battle cries. And he buffs himself up, and it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. But I really don't want to play it because, I think it's a good card or a fun card. It's just like, my name, Baron. But that's why I want to play that one. Wow, I didn't write anything. So I was going to talk about stuff for Season 7 of Legends, and I don't have anything. Even write it down. Else? Oh, apparently I didn't. Well, all I know is Season 7 hasn't started just yet. Assassin reruns are out, and someone's asking the question, is it a failure? And I'm thinking, that's too soon. People are saying, well, I mean, what do you expect? I mean, like, well, what do you want us to do? Like, not pay attention to the pay attention to it before the season starts? Like, no. That's the whole point. You have to play the rework before it starts and after it starts, and ask the question, was it a success or was it a failure? Before the season is not, I repeat, not the adequate question, not the adequate time frame. You need months. That's analysis. This is not analysis. Okay? Was it a success? No idea yet. Let's see. I'm talking this off and I can't even remember about it. Damn it. Do I have anything? Okay, anyway. So some things they haven't notified us about saying they're going to do. One, they plan actually thing here says, hey, you're hosting something. I host someone with okay. Anyways, so one, they say that they're trying to do a revamp of and Masteries. They do a revamp of Masteries every season, yada yada yada, or revamp of some of them. And one, runes, that's good because everything was just so all passive buffs, they're not flexible at all. It's like you get one rune stage and that's pretty much the best one. Until they change something around. That's the thing I like to see. I don't know when it's going to happen. It might not happen in Season 7, but that's a good thing I'm seeing. It's awesome. They're starting to roll out the beta for the new. Awesome. It looks better. There's some issues with it, but it looks better, and I believe it's better architecture, which will not break. Will be air. And it was like super spaghetti. I never saw it, but not that great. Had an idea what they were doing, but not like professional. They said that they're going to run a practice tool which people call sandbox mode. I don't think it's sandbox mode necessarily. It is kind of a sandbox mode. That's the thing. Practice mode. Like sandbox would be like you can go into Rift and stuff, but it's something where you can control like what your characters do. I don't think a lot. I think it's really mind how much they, just as long as they get something. Because I see that they have like for every like couple of good things they do, they also do a lot of bad things. People say, hey, they're kind of like countering all the memes out there, and there's nothing left. We might not have nothing to complain about. I'm thinking there's always going to be something to complain about. Okay, trust me. They're going to do something that really makes their base, kind of myth. It's always going to happen, and it did. But I like to see that they're going in directions, make it a little bit. I don't want to say easier, but accessible for current players to learn without having to just. Toughing it out is never the solution. Saying, well, just deal with it. That's bullshit. Okay, if you have the ability to solve a problem that the player base is having, solve it. Save people deal with it. And sometimes it's more difficult, but yeah. Going on to one issue, people were talking about the idea of the plants in the jungle, which do a particular effect as soon as you pop them, and they're like small mini objectives. My thing is, I think people were complaining about those in the wrong way. Saying it's all about RNG, and I'm thinking, poker is 90% RNG. Well, no, not 90%. Well, technically, it's like, on the surface, it's like 90% RNG, but a lot of it's mind games. It is a huge mind game. And there is a lot of strategy. Like, RNG doesn't belong in anything besides card games and next other games. Dude, you can have a fair amount, not a lot, but a fair amount of some RNG. The worst kind of RNG I've ever noticed in League was the Mandred's Razor, which used to exist as a jungle item, which at one point said, hey, for every hit against a jungle minion or jungle monster, you have the case of potentially getting I think a 25% chance of dealing, 300 magic damage to it. Sometimes, maybe, not all the time. That's bad because it fucks with your consistency and clearing ability. Plants, I think my thing is people saying, well, they want to make it less about skill, and I'm thinking these things aren't like taking they're not like broken beyond the fact that anything you do skill-wise will be complete counter to this. No. The RNG factor is not the problem. The problem is that it seems like it doesn't fit. It feels weird. When they added a trinket slot, you kind of forgot to use a trinket just because it's there. Because you're like, oh, okay, that's right, that's the thing I can use. But it wasn't really, bad for the game. Right? I don't think it was bad for the game. Because even when people had it, they'd still sometimes didn't. Because believe it or not, some of the problems with the pushing buttons beyond your abilities, you can forget. People forget they have Zonias all the time. I think there's even like not a record, but like a statistic that stated. So only 1% of people actually use Deathfire's Grasp's asset or active ability. Holy shit. That's the crazy part about it. But the plant thing, I don't like. Okay, so far it doesn't seem like it's that bad. I'm wondering if it's actually that impactful. Because again, my biggest fear is that it's either too impactful to the point where it just makes it not, I don't think that there needs to be too many contestable, right? I never really cared for that concept. There's only X things you need to test, and then everything else is just there. It does feel like a mini game. I don't think it's overly important. If it's not that useful, then it's. I don't think it's like a bad inclusion to the game. I just said that motivation. Literally, we want to give more freeform and change the jungle. And I'd be thinking, can you just stop fucking with the jungle? I don't need an extra objective. We don't want to have the most consistent and the same clearing path. That's the one thing that's supposed to remain consistent, because then you're supposed to think, what do I do next? It's not about changing up your clear paths every season. That is stupid. That's like it's not like saying, oh, well, you're changing your job every. No, it's kind of like changing, or not only changing your job every like quarter or every year. They change your job. No, they change your entire job description and how you're supposed. Not just change like a few things. I mean, change the entire thing. Okay, you're a sales agent. Now you're manager of district sales. Let's say it's almost the same job, but then they kind of like change half of it. That's kind of what it is. There is one thing they did add to the jungle that I do like. They're trying, I don't know how well it works, but they're trying to make it so that, okay, AoE clears work better at these some camps. Buffs don't also but give more health. They are nerfing the hell out of Krugs and experience and yada and fun yada yada. Use that, and I can understand. I like this idea of if you're a character that has a lot of attack damage, a lot of auto attacks, or just single target damage, that if you apply a lot of it at certain camps, you better at. While if you're AoE, I like that. Like the new Smite. The idea that every time you hit people with every monster with Smite, or a big one, it's like something that it heals whoever it is, right? So those people who are really good at clearing, they don't really benefit at all. You know, it's like, okay, you get some health back. So they're already good. They're already set, ready to game. People who have a lot of trouble, they get health back, and it's like they're getting beat up. It's like, awesome. I like that. Personally, I really wish they kind of would just keep that and then keep the actual buffs, like the actual light buffs, because they removed that, and that is just a limiting option. Giving too many options can be a bad thing, but removing options can be a bad thing. Again, plants not so bad. Removing smite buffs does remove options from players' rosters. They could kind of just shift them around and see how they work. So that's fine by me. But the changes to clears, I like that. I mean, if it's like, you know, AoE clear, but if this one route, while attack damage, target like Ares go another route, I like that. I like that idea. I don't think it works. I think that there's some that literally, well, I'm pretty sure people try to find the one that can clear everything all at once, but they're probably not like the best one. Job. We'll have to see. Going on to another note, that one big thing that Riot did do, that one, they're removing a lot of ranked draft, not ranked, normal draft mode across a lot of servers except for like NA, W, Brazil servers, because like I've seen somebody run statistics that like a lot of the games, over half the game are played by normal, which supports what I always thought, that, you know, about 30 some odd percent of players play ranked, where more of the player base plays, that more games on the player base are going to be played normal, right? People always have this, I think some people have this concept where most of the players play in ranked, where no, a lot of the players, a gigantic amount of the players, either only play ranked just kind of like to get it out of the way, or to kind of like renew the decay, or just get the reward, so they kind of like just have people, they just go up there like, okay, now we're here, stay here for the rest of the season, don't play normal. As I said, that's roughly what this data said. And it was like after like thousands, if not tens of thousands of games on like NA, and it's almost like close. Now some people say, well, it's like the most popular mode. It's not the most popular mode. There's like a 9% differential in if you were to take the total number of games and split it down the ones like 41 to 59. Again, it's pretty popular. It's not the most popular. People still play more blind pick. Whatever. It's the second most popular. But it's not the most popular. And I think some people have this idea that, well, it has this thing that's like ranked, and it allows you to pick what you want, so therefore it must be more popular. People just want to play their game. They don't really care as much. They kind of care, but not as much. But the problem is, this is the only real problem that Riot did. One, for some people, they just saw that ranked or normal draft is being removed, so started getting really upset because, of course, some people will be playing this game, and it's roughly half, or a little bit less than half. Of course, people are going to be upset, and that would never be good, right? But they followed it up saying, ideally, we would like to get rid of normal draft and then take the blind pick mode and kind of make it the best of both those worlds. First off, I don't see how it's going to happen because the best part about blind pick is that you play, you get in, and you get in the game. There's no extreme crap that you have to deal with, okay? And some people don't like that. I don't really care. Just give me in the game. That's all I care about. I'm not going to argue any other facts. It doesn't matter. That's the only thing I care more about blind pick. People say remove blind pick, and I'm thinking it's not the best mode, but everything has its own kind of everything has its own symptoms. It's a poison. They all just do the thing. So you can't remove blind pick because it's the fastest thing there. I don't care which one is used. My biggest thing, I'm saying ideally I'd like to get it all across all servers and make a new rank or a new thing. My problem with that is people treat that as, oh my god, they're getting rid of normal queue. My whole thing is, eventually, maybe, but they said ideally. Ideal situation doesn't always happen. It's true. Ideally, there are a lot of things you would like to do, but reality, not really. It doesn't happen. But them saying that, no, I don't think there's too much problem with them removing stuff. Me personally, I'd be like, I don't know if they really should remove too much. Especially, they shouldn't really mess with it on servers that plot, but ideally, they really shouldn't be. Ideally, they should not have said anything about it, because that just creates statistics. Holy crap fest. It going away? I don't think it's good. It will never be good to just remove it from NA. They never will straight up remove it. But announcing you plan to replace. They don't have any current plans, they said, but that doesn't matter to people. Well, you're going to do it eventually, but then people calm down because they haven't done it. But that's my problem. Them just saying it creates more fuel for people just to be mad. Me, as I said, I don't like the idea of removing stuff. Not some stuff needs to be removed because it's just either really bad or just garbage. I don't think they need to remove Crystal Scar though, personally. Oh right, they're also I actually didn't look this up, but I think some people. What there was a new kind of option, which I believe some people actually I saw 2012 posting 2012. Now I think there is no one. Where is it? All across here, but I'm like, people have been talking about a 15-minute surrender, but I can't find any information on it. The one video I was trying to watch, I can't watch because the person I'm listening to is just he's not really listening, unfortunately. Maybe this. So it says according to post, they might be implementing a 15-minute surrender. Okay, so let's see. Unanimous. Okay, so right by Riot Meddler, unanimous surrender 5.5 at 15 minutes is the version we're looking to test. That slipped as a priority relative to the new client improvement work. We'll be getting back to it soonish, most likely though. Probably going to start off with a test on one region and assess whether it's working as intended or not, and whether we should roll it out wider. Let's just see. I think that people say this will improve quality experience. My whole thing is, if it makes it so that, like, here's the thing, it's a unanimous, meaning it has to be all the way, 100%. Unanimous anything is terrible, right? Unless it's, like, something that's needed. Me personally, I don't care, right? Surrender is surrender. Sometimes games aren't lost, but there are times when you just realize, you either realize you lost, or you just think, I don't really think trying to deal with this is worth the truth. And yeah, I do believe that. I do believe that sometimes you trying to deal with a game is just like, man, I don't really care, you know? And that's exactly what I feel about this. Will this improve the quality or experience? I don't really think so, because there are going to be people are very vehement against just surrendering that early. Some people might be like, it might be good though, in a sense where people are just so fed up with the game so early, they're like, fuck it. And that could be good. But personally, I think that surrender at 15 could just be a standard. Honestly, 15, 20 minutes, it doesn't matter. Either way, it doesn't matter, right? Now, I have seen some people comment, like, it should be unanimous from the start. Like, no. That's stupid. I said anything unanimous is bad. Also, I do believe the people who won, the 4 people who think we can still win, but the one person who says surrender, 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 that's kind of toxic. Because you have 4 people who are willing to put forth the effort, and one person not willing to just kind of try. Or just leave the game, right? But then the idea that one person's like, we can win, but then 4 people decide to surrender. Well, you know what? Tough break. I would say most likely you probably could have won, but maybe it wasn't worth the trouble. But also, I've seen people saying surrender should just be removed because people should learn to suck it up. And I'm thinking, you suck it up in the world, not video games. Sometimes you suck it up, but not like that much. Like, if 4 people express the idea, I don't want to play anymore, I don't want to play this game anymore, then, yeah, let's go with it. Surrender should be an option for one reason only. Because you need an option to get people the fuck out of there. Okay? I do believe that. I don't care about when to surrender, when not to surrender. That's all your idea. I will also say this. You do not know when you've lost a game unless you're like at a really high okay? Grandmasters in chess almost never go to a checkmate. You know why? They can see the downward spiral. They're like, oh god. They can see like, well, next 15 moves, checkmate, so like, I concede. And that's what happens. That is what happens in a Grandmaster level chess. Some people say, well, no dude, I went through, I went through like all through bronze and it's all cancer. You know, you can tell when the game's going to be over in 10 minutes and like, dude, here's the thing. Sometimes your side sucks, but guess what? The other side sucks just as much. You know how I know? I'm there. Things like in bronze, silver, gold, they don't know how to push or press an advantage. They don't know how to create an advantage. They're just bumbling around trying to do something. People go in and I've seen them, oh, here we're going to invade, and they steal the buff. They don't steal anything else later in the game. They don't know that the idea behind invading is to keep the enemy jungler down. They don't use it to counter jungle. They just say, okay, we're just going to do it once, and now we got their blue buff. Awesome. Sometimes I can literally go over there and get their blue buff while they're trying to do it. Awesome. Sometimes not so awesome because sometimes you lose. But in like a bronze game, if you give first blood, if everyone has bad attitude, most likely things aren't going to go away the way you want it. But you will never lose. Right? Your odds of, like, sometimes people don't know what to spend their gold on. As you go up, people know how to punish mistakes and push advantage. and even close out games, but not that low. Okay, so I will say this. You say, well, sometimes in 10 minutes you just... That's very fringe, and odds are you can't even see the work. You can't see the writing on the wall because the enemy can't even see the writing on the wall. Sometimes you think you have it in the bag and then you lose. That's not the point of surrender, though. The point of a surrender is just, you said, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. And that's all. I don't care about the idea of never surrendering. I don't care about always surrendering. If anything, always surrendering is bad just because of this. Never surrendering depends on how far you go with it, right? I do think go with the flow and figure when to pull. You gotta know when to hold them, you gotta know when to hold them. You can't just say never surrender, never give in, because sometimes it's not worth it. I mean, it is a personal choice. But you can't say 100% of the time never surrender, because that's bullshit. Okay? You won't all win every game. I'm not even talking about saying well, you can win. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying surrender option is important because it's needed. Okay? It's kind of like how some it's like saying some monitors don't need like VGA setup, or you have one setup but you don't need a secondary. You do need a secondary. Why? Because sometimes you don't have HDMI. All of it fails. You need one. You need a way to get out of something when it's the reason why the X button exists in the program. You need a way to get out of it. Yeah, you have the standard to get out of the menu, but F4. But yeah, that low, again, the set is that low. You really never know. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of games that are rendered where it's like we could have one. That's our asset properly, get right, or not that. Maybe we gave up 2-6, but sometimes, like, there's a point where even if we win, I keep follow. That's me. But it's all in your own judgment. But as I said, I'm pretty sure a lot of the games lost were potentially. A lot of the games we won were rendered were winnable. But there's just times you're just like, I just don't want to deal with it. Because you feel so bad at that game. That is the better option. Sometimes the option to just get the fuck out of it is a better option. As I said, I'm not going to tell you why. I don't care. Carry yourself how you will carry yourself. But never deal in absolute. Sometimes don't even deal in extreme. It's all about how you value. Keep on thinking. That seems to be about it. Oh right, Elementalist Lux has released another Ultimate skin. I'm happy. It's a skin that does deserve to exist. I just wish that Riot would kind of change its business practices and actually give some characters that don't get as much play or some popularity. I understand why they do what they do, especially with like Lux. But here's the thing: they give Lux like I think a couple of skins over the course of like the year. Season, and they do it relatively often. But there's some characters that only have like 2 or 3, but they're not played that much. Doesn't matter. They should give some. I understand the why. I'm just saying that they're trying to make money isn't like an excuse. It's not that good of a business practice to give a whole bunch of skins to only the popular characters and then kind of neglect the others. If they really wanted to do it right, they would give not regularly, but they would take like if they were to say we need to release 6 skins, take 5 of those, give them to like the more popular characters, or at least give them the very most popular, and give 2 of them to the semi-popular. They're still played, right? But then give like 1 to a character that doesn't see. It's not that they don't see any play; it's just that they see far less, but some people still enjoy it. You'll get some sales out of it. And again, I know a lot of it is you have to make your money back, but that's why you make the really awesome skins, like the the Elementalist Lux. I don't have it, so I'm not really going to talk too much about it. I do think it does deserve to exist, because I do like the idea of the ultimate thing in Lux. Probably does deserve it. But, as I said, I wish they would have, one, either done it later, or earlier, and just spread it out. You know? Give more to the other characters. Give some more love. Sometimes it's not about just how you get the money. It's also about, goodwill. So that's all I can really talk about today. About 50 minutes into the podcast, and that's all that there is. I was rambling there. I didn't really know everything I was talking about. Just I'll talk about something. Let's see. Don't really have too much. I did discuss what I wanted to, so I'm gonna just. Sorry, I tried to open this. Again, this is another one I didn't have show notes, unfortunately. That's funny. I actually put here a stress week, but this is like so many months ago. Yeah, next week, final day of the finals, and then not so late. Good news, I can just do some stuff. Plans for Christmas, anybody? I do want to do a Christmas type stream. Right. I don't know if I'm going to do Mirror Gear Solid again. I want to see if I can find either a Christmas game or a snowy game. Too bad I don't have Kingdom Hearts. I could do that. Maybe I could try playing one game throughout the entire thing on Christmas. I don't know. Anything goes. With Christmas Day, I do play. Want to go for Die Hard. I watch Die Hard every Christmas. I do consider it a Christmas movie in a sense. Not like a true blue Christmas movie, but I enjoy it. It's a fun movie, an action movie, which has just enough level of importance to what's going on. Stakes. It's fun. I love it. People don't because Bruce Willis, but that's fine. Whew. Alright, so as of right now, with the break, hopefully I can start doing more. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be doing YouTube stuff immediately. I plan to. I don't have anything I can say about it, because if I start saying stuff, that it puts stress on me to do it, but I want to start doing that. It's not a New Year's resolution. I just want to start creating videos like now, so I can start doing some form of uploading during the next year. And hopefully I can remain consistent. I want to start low with like one video plus a podcast, videos plus a podcast, but not even have be super expensive stuff, blah, 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 and then see if I can work my way up. I need to be able to start getting projects done and work on personal projects. Well, so with all that said, I am going to be heading off. But before I do, I'm also going to be playing a song. Really? My fan is out of control. That is no good. Maybe it's because I'm talking a whole lot. Is that better? Unfortunately, that is actually just at the end of the stream. Damn. Okay, so new rule. No fan during podcast. No fan during podcast. Damn. No, that's fine. A lot of it was rambly stuff. As I said, unfortunately, this is like the end. I've already been live for about an hour. I'm just gonna play one of my most favorite songs for this time of the year. It's a Christmas song technically, and I listen to it every. That said, thank you for watching it. Thank you for at least popping in. I said, sorry, it's at the end. Thank you for watching, and have a night.
Okay, guys, can we please try this again?
I kill him.
He give me order.
No, Tack, he's the director.
We have to wait for Nikolai. He sings like an
Who
angel.
the hell is that fat bastard?
I don't like Russian.
Nikolai!
I was taking big Russian bear shit.
Oh, wunderbar.
Can we please do this?
Okay, this is Zombie Bells, take 96.
This will be best one.
Yeah, that's what you said before.
I don't like Russian.
Dempsey, I hate you. This was your stupid idea, so kick us off.
I'll kick you off.
Who wants drink?
Russian has no honor.
Shut up, ass maggots! It's fucking Christmas!
Sloshing through the blood of zombies that we've slayed.
Rule the gods of ghoul. Roughing all the way. Fa-ra-ra.
Moaning pieces swing, shrinking from the light.
What fun it is to rough and sing
As we kill undead tonight. Oh, zombie bells, what a smell. Bone and tendon spray. Oh, what fun it is to blow a freak back ass away. Hey, zombie bells, straight from hell, oozing with decay. Ring their bells with shotgun shells and monkey bombs and blades.
A day or two ago, we took a nice sleigh ride.
Little did we know, zombie was inside.
The meat sack tried to bite or tore a hunk of skin.
So we ripped his head off, threw him out, and then ran over him. Hey! Zombie bells, what a smell, bone and tendons fray. Oh, what fun it is to blow a freak bag's ass away. Hey! Zombie bells, straight from hell, oozing with decay. Ring their bells with shotgun shells and monkey bombs and blades. Da!
Zombie bells, what a smell, bone and tendons fray. Whoa, what fun it is to blow a freak bag's ass away. Bang! Zombie bells, straight from hell, oozing with decay. Ring their bells with shotgun shells and monkey bombs and